Hi there and welcome back to Garfin's creation. Let's make these colorful mini Funfetti cookies today, also called as sprinkle cookies. All ingredients are mentioned in the description box below. So let's start with the recipe. To make the cookie dough, I have taken half a cup of unsalted butter. You can use salted butter as well. Do not take very runny butter. This butter is just slightly cold. And into this, I'll be adding 5 tablespoons of powdered sugar. You can also use castor sugar here. And with the help of a hand whisk, I'll just whisk the sugar and the butter together till the sugar is melted and the butter is pale and fluffy. You can also use an electric hand mixer. Do not overmix the butter. Once it comes to this stage, just stop and add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Skip the salt if you are using salted butter. Now just mix that again for a few seconds. And now we will use a spatula to combine the flour. Now into this I'll be adding 1 cup of maida, that is all-purpose flour. I'll add it gradually and keep mixing at the same time. And we will just mix it till all the maida is completely mixed in it and there are no traces of the flour left. I'm using a 250 ml measuring cup for this recipe. I mentioned the recipe in cups and in grams in the description box below. Lastly, I'll be adding the rest of the maida and mixing it well. There's no need to add any baking soda or baking powder in this recipe. This recipe is very simple and you can always customize it as per your needs. In place of the sprinkles that we are going to use today, you can also add any nuts of your choice. So now after mixing this well, there are no traces of the maida left. So we'll stop now and add the sprinkles into it. I have taken 2 tablespoons of this colorful sprinkles here. You can add any colorful sprinkles that you have with you. Fold that in gently into the dough. And with this, our cookie dough is ready. But first we need to set this to get a little bit firm so we can cut it into mini size cookies. So here I'm using a cling film. You can also use a plastic bag and put the dough inside it. I will just spread the dough now about 1 centimeter in thickness. These bite-sized mini Funfetti sprinkle cookies not only look good, but they make a perfect treat for a birthday celebration. You could add more fun to your kids' birthday parties too. You could also add this to your Christmas and Diwali platters too. So now once this is wrapped in the cling film, I just use a rolling pin very lightly and just flatten the top rough edges of this cookie dough. The cookie dough is soft now and it would be difficult to get any shapes from it. So after packing this well, I'll just place it on a tray and then keep it in the fridge to set till it gets nice and firm. Keep it for 30 to 40 minutes in the fridge to set so that we can get clean cuts from it later. In the meantime, let's prepare the baking trays. This one I'll be baking over the gas stove. So I've just taken a small tray and put a butter paper on it. I'm just greasing it with little oil. It's been almost an hour. Let's check out with the cookie dough. You can see the cookie dough is nice and hard and stiff. Once out of the fridge, you can also use some cookie cutters and cut them into various shapes. So you can see the rollout dough is about 8 inches by 7 inches. So now without wasting much time, I will just cut this into smaller pieces. If the weather is hot and you feel that your dough is getting soft, you can always place the dough back into the fridge for some time. So now first I'll be cutting 3/4 of an inch long strips. And then again 3/4 on the other side as well. So this will give you quick and easy small mini squares. So I'm using a palette knife and will lift this individual cookies and place them on the baking tray. So if you cannot bake all the cookies at one time, you can place the remaining dough into the fridge as it is, and then when the tray is empty, you can add it into the tray and bake it as well. Here I have prepared another tray and this I'll be baking it in the oven. You need to preheat your oven and your vessel which is on the gas stove at least 10 minutes prior. So these remaining little pieces, I'll keep it on a tray and keep it in the fridge to be baked later too. For baking the cookies on the gas stove, I've heated a large vessel for the last 10 minutes on medium flame. I've also placed a ring stand in so that we can place the tray over it. These cookies will take around 10 to 15 minutes to be baked on medium to low flame. But in between, around after 10 minutes, I did check it out and they still needed a little more baking time. So I continued baking this for another 5 minutes. You can also bake this in a preheated oven at 170 degrees centigrade for 10 to 12 minutes with the middle rack and both the heating coils on. So these are done and it took me around 15 minutes. So once it gets a little brown from the sides, you can take it out. And now we'll just keep it for a few minutes on the cooling rack till we can handle them. Those other cookies in the tray are the ones which were baked in the oven. Now after 5 minutes, we will just remove the cookies out from the tray and place it on the cooling rack to cool down completely. So for gifting these cookies, you can just put them in these small containers and put a ribbon over with your message. You can also put them in small glass jars and add it to your hampers. So I hope you like this Funfetti Sprinkles mini cookies. These are nice and crunchy and a perfect treat for birthdays. Do try this recipe and I'm sure you will like it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon again in many more recipes coming up. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.